Welcome back, everyone. Time to do another comparison between the newly released Apple Watch Series 6 and the older Apple Watch Series 3, which is on my right. Now, both these Apple Watches are supported with watchOS 7, so a lot of the features are similar. However, there are still a ton of features that are different between these two. Now, the Apple Watch Series 3, I just came off using it not too long ago, and it was a really good watch in my opinion. It did the job, everything worked perfectly fine with it. It was still fast enough for me, and honestly, I don't really do too many crazy things with my watch, so something like an Apple Watch Series 3 kind of fits me perfectly with my needs. And the battery life was pretty good, and it got me from point A to point B. The main things I do with my watch are pretty much just look at text and look at notifications. I'm not really interacting with my watch, and I usually look at the steps I do and stuff. Other than that, like, I don't really do a lot of responding on this. I don't track a lot of things. I just really look at the steps that I take and just look at the notifications. I don't play music on here or anything like that. And that's why I think something like an Apple Watch Series 6 for me specifically may be a little bit overkill, but I think even an Apple Watch Series 6 is still a really good Apple Watch. And if you have all the money in the world, like I always say, getting the latest and greatest that you can get at that time is the best way to go. So between these two, the Apple Watch Series 6 by far is the better watch for sure. Now, this watch specifically cost me $399 for the bottom tier model. The Apple Watch Series 3, you can probably get in the used market for probably like $100 something, probably even cheaper than that. So I'll link both of these linked down in the description below. If you want to pick them up from there, you can help support the channel at the same time. I don't think I'll be able to find a Series 3, but if I do, it'll be linked down below. Now, both of them have similar sized bodies, similar sized screens. This is the 42mm version of this one. This is the 40mm version, so the smallest model of the Series 6 and the biggest model of the Series 3. And you can kind of see there are kind of the similar sizes for sure. And it's kind of funny because the screen sizes are 2mm apart, but definitely the Series 6 looks a little bit better. In terms of thickness, you can definitely see the 42mm version of the Series 3 is a little bit thicker and overall bigger than the Series 6. On the back, same type of setup. The Series 6 definitely feels it's built out of better material though than the back of the Series 3. And obviously we have the crown on the other side, and both of them are pretty much the same way built. We do have, I think, a microphone right there too. So beyond that, I mean, this is some really good built watches for sure, but the Series 6 I think will probably end up being the better one out of all of them. The display also, you have an always on display on the Series 6, which for some reason is not working for me, but you have that always on display. The Series 3 doesn't have that capability. The Series 4 doesn't have it. The Series 5 eventually brought it. With this watch, you do have that capability. So if you're putting your watch down or you're walking around somewhere and stuff and you glance at your watch, all the time, you're going to have that capability of looking at it without having to go and like flipping your whole entire wrist over every single time. So that's another really big deal. I think for sure that capability with the Series 6 is one of its biggest assets. You also do have some more health features, I would say, over the Series 3. You have the ECG features. You also have the new blood oxygen levels on the back. You can go ahead and see, your blood oxygen level within your body, which is really impressive. So if you're somebody who's super health conscious and you care a lot about your health and monitoring and all that stuff, everyone does to an extent, but if you're trying to get the most out of your watch, obviously going to Series 6 is definitely going to do you better. It's going to cost you a little bit more money coming from a Series 3, but the outcome of it and monitoring your health and your blood oxygen levels and all that stuff is a really cool feature. So for sure, when it comes down to it, that's something that's really awesome. So longevity wise and in terms of software, the Series 3 is probably on its last leg. It may get another version of software, but I don't think it will. I think the Series 4 is probably going to get an extra version. With these two ones though, the watchOS 7 has been a pretty good update for sure, but the Series 6 is definitely going to outlast the Series 3 by quite a bit. I think the Series 3, the Series 2 was unsupported. I would probably say the Series 3 is probably done. I think watchOS 7 is going to be the last update, but I guess we're just going to have to wait and see what happens. The Apple Watch Series 3 has that S3 chip in it, where the Series 6 has that S6 chip inside of it. So you do have some differences there. By my understanding, you might get 3 more versions of software from the Apple Watch Series 6 than the Apple Watch Series 3. So that's another big thing to keep in mind. So when it comes down to the software experience, they're going to be kind of the same, but when it comes down to the longevity of it, you're probably going to have a longer lasting watch from a Series 6 Apple Watch, than a Series 3, which is a given. So that really pretty much covers it up there. I'll go ahead and do a little bit of a speed test between these two. It's probably going to turn out horribly, but I guess we'll just go and see how it runs. So let's go and try it out. Okay, so let me go ahead and clear out some of these apps right here. And I have a lot of them in the background. Okay, all the apps are cleared out. It took forever. So let me go and get into the all apps panel and let's go ahead and see what we can do. So let's go and get into music. Let's just try that out. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so they both kind of the same. Maybe the Series 3 looked a little bit faster, which was kind of weird. I wasn't expecting that for the most part. Let's go into the App Store. 3, 2, 1. And the Series 6 was definitely faster there. By quite a bit, the Series 3 is taking its time. And they're both connected to the same network and everything. So there was quite a bit of difference between those. As you can see, the Series 6 was definitely far ahead, and I was not expecting to see that big of a difference. Scrolling speeds, though, you can see that definitely the Series 6 is also the smoother experience when scrolling through, and everything seemed to be loading a lot faster on the Series 6 as well. Let's go and click on one of these, and let's just click on this one. And you can see the Series 6 was almost instantaneous. The Series 7 definitely took its time. Clicking back, it takes a couple tries on the Series 3 for some reason. But that was definitely surprising. I was not expecting to see this big of a difference from that one app. We can go and get into something like calendar. 3, 2, 1. And as you can see, the calculator, did I say calendar? I meant to say calculator. The calculator was way faster on the Series 6. Typing wise though, they both were kind of the same. It's funny, you can get more numbers on this one than on the Series 6. We can try news. I don't know if it's going to do anything though. 3, 2, 1. And we were loaded here. Maybe I've already loaded it on the Series 3. This one may take a second though. So we'll just kind of let that one go too. It's not really that big of a deal. We can go and get into alarms. 3, 2, 1. And as you can see, Series 6 was definitely faster there. Series 3 eventually got into it. We can go and try bedtime, which is that new feature with watchOS 7, which is over here. It's 2, 3, 2, 1. And again, as you can see, Series 3 was a little bit faster there, which is really surprising. So I can probably tell you that for the most part, 9 times out of 10, 95% of the time probably, the Series 6 is going to be the faster one than the Series 3, which is a given. You're going to have a faster experience, smoother experience, just a better experience overall in terms of the performance than the Series 3. But I still think the Series 3 is a pretty good performing watch too. I wasn't expecting to do, as good as it did. So that was really surprising to me. I have a lot of respect for the Series 3 still. It's still a really good watch. I don't know what's going on with this one. It's still a really good watch. It gets the job done. But for sure, I think the Series 6 is probably the faster one. Let's go and hand off with the battery life. So what I can tell you is between the battery life on both of these, I think you're probably going to have somewhat the same type of experience. Probably the Series 6 is going to be the better one, but you do have to keep in mind that you do have a couple more features built into the Series 6 that could ultimately suck up more battery life. Now these features are the always on display, but on top of that, it can also be the extra sensors within it so that blood oxygen level indicator, like if you use that all the time, you're probably going to end up sucking up more battery life from this specific watch than the Series 3. Now my Series 3 doesn't have the best batteries, to grade it a little bit, so you're probably going to have, probably average battery life on the Series 3. But I wouldn't really pick up one over the other one just based on battery, because you can always turn those features off on the Series 6. You can turn off the always on display. You can turn off, the blood oxygen level. I don't know why you'd want to, because those are some of the most important features, but you have that capability if you want to. So that's another big thing to keep in mind. So I guess to kind of sum up this video and to answer the question, which specific Apple Watch should you pick up? Well, you're going to have to ask yourself, do you currently own a Series 3? Then I would probably recommend you, if you have all the money in the world, pick up the Series 6, bro. It's a really good watch. It'll definitely get you that, type of experience that you want to from a watch. You have a couple more features built in, but I wouldn't necessarily go and be in the mood to go and update. I wouldn't go out of my way to update. Like if I had a upgrade, or if I had extra money laying around, or my watch is broken, then yeah, I would go and update, but I wouldn't go and out of my way to go and update, you know what I mean? I still think the Series 3 is a great watch for the most part. The Series 6 just happens to be the better watch. If the Series 6 is the better watch, there's no way around it. It's going to get you a better performance. It's going to get you a better looking display. The always on display looks really nice, and there's a lot of other features built into the Series 6 that the Series 3 just doesn't have and will never get. Also, the longevity of the watch, this is on watchOS 7, it's almost outdated. The Series 6, on the other hand, is still supported. It's going to be supported for a couple more years, so you're probably going to end up getting a longer supported watch on the Apple Watch Series 6 than on the Apple Watch Series 3. So that's another big thing to keep in mind. In my opinion, I would be perfectly okay with either one of these watches. I really do think that both these watches are really, really good. I don't have any problems with either one of these, but I would definitely rather have an Apple Watch Series 6 than an Apple Watch Series 3 for sure. So that really pretty much covers it up. Like I said, if you want to pick either of these ones up, links will be down in the description below. But that's really pretty much it. If If you guys have any other questions or anything, let me know in the comment section as well. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. Every single subscriber that we get really does count, so it means so much if you guys can hit that. Also check out the other links down in the description as well. My Twitter, my Instagram, my second channel. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.